And welcome again to the 12 Days of Mix-A-Go. This is Bell Performance's celebration of the history of the Mix-A-Go formulation for gasoline and ethanol fuels, first formulated by Robert Bell way back in 1927. Today we're going to talk about combustion improvers. Combustion improvers, if you look across the marketplace, almost everybody claims that they have some kind of quote-unquote combustion improver. But what exactly do they do and how do they work? Because everybody can claim to have one, but that doesn't mean that, that they're all good and that they all do what those particular people claim. Well, the formula that Robert Bell first started with in 1909 was basically just a detergent, and it helped to clean out the engines of the Model Ts that were having severe deposit problems. 1927 was when he added a water suspending or water absorbing component to the formula, and that's what became the Mix-A-Go multifunction. At some point after that, he added a combustion improver. So let's talk a little bit about that. Now, everybody claims that their particular product will improve combustion, and so they infer that they will improve mileage, by improving the combustion. Now, what you have to keep in mind is that there are certain limitations to what you can do with a combustion improver. Gasoline or diesel or any hydrocarbon has a set chemical property called the heat of combustion. And what that means is if you burn that under perfect conditions, you'll get a maximum amount of heat energy. So that is a fixed chemical property of the fuel. And you cannot increase that short of turning your car into an atomic reactor, which last time I checked, I haven't seen any of those on the road lately. What Mix-A-Go does, it creates an environment in which the engine takes a greater is able to translate a greater percentage of that maximum energy into usable work, and for your car that would be mileage. But how does it do that? Well, the first thing it does is, if you look in the old Mix-A-Go literature, it talked about that it slowed the burn of the gasoline. And what that really means is that when gasoline is injected into the combustion cylinder and it combines with the air, it creates a fuel-air mixture. There's a certain percentage of that mixture that will undergo oxidation reactions, or what they call pre-oxidation reactions. And that percentage of the fuel then does not combust like the other fuel does, and so you lose a certain percentage of the total maximum potential that you're getting out of that fuel. And the combustion improver in the Mix-A-Go product slows this down. Well, it retards those reactions, stops those reactions from happening, and so more of the fuel is able to be burned at the proper time, and so you get better mileage out of that. Now, what kind of benefit would you get from something like that? Well, when you combine this, the effect of this combustion improver with the effect of the detergents that clean the engine out, you're going to get a net mileage gain. Typically, Bell claims a 5 to 12% depending on what conditions that you're driving with. Now, some companies claim a guaranteed 25 or 30%, and when you start talking about that level, and you especially start talking about guarantees like that, that's when you as a consumer need to be a little bit wary. Bell Performance values its customers. We don't make claims about our products that are patently untrue, and so we would never claim a guaranteed 25 to 30%, because that's not really something that's really able to be done with a fuel additive such as you would find for gasoline or diesel to go into on-road cars or trucks. So thank you very much for joining us for the 12 Days of Mix-A-Go, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.